My family moving from Mexico, the first thing they wanted to do was own a property, something to call home. This program is just helping those communities be able to become homeowners.
We have got a wonderful guest, Natali Melendez, with us today. Excited to have you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I'm happy to be here.
And Luke's here. So
I am.
Yeah. We've got the fortunate opportunity to get to know a little bit more about you today, Natali, and not only about you, but what you are doing currently and, all the fun things that are involved with that. And we'll get into that later. But first, just tell us who you are, where you grew up. Let us get to know Natali in a few minutes here.
I was actually born here in Rogers. My family took me back to Mexico in 1995. I lived there until 2003, so did some school, 4 years, and I started fourth grade here. And I have a family. My whole family lives here, which I'm fortunate. I do have some family back home, get to go visit them once a year. And then, basically I have my son. His name is Luca. He's 2 years old. My husband and I have been together for 12 years. We got married during COVID, and just about, that's Natali.
That's Natali.
Did you have a COVID wedding?
We did. We were supposed to elope in Paris, and COVID happened.
Paris,
Arkansas?
Paris, Arkansas.
Right. Yeah, and
It's more up Max's alley.
That's right.
so we had 40 guests in our wedding.
Yeah.
And we've been married since then.
Luke also had a COVID wedding.
We got married in May. When did you get married?
2020?
May 25th.
May 15th.
Okay, so you're 10 days.
Yeah, I'm a vet. I'm a veteran compared to you. Got
You
those
are
10 days.
10 days.
Okay.
You can probably offer a lot of great advice to her over that 10-day
You'll
span.
learn. 10 days from now, you'll be so wise.
So you spent 8 years in Mexico.
Mhm.
Where did you live there?
So my family is from Aguascalientes, Mexico. We're a very small town. And my dad actually was born there. My mom was from a different town, but she ended up moving there. Both grandmas still live, so I get to go see them. My grandpa just recently passed away last year, but I have my mom's side of the family. Yeah, so I'm from Aguascalientes.
Great. And
Not a lot of people are from there.
Where is that?
Oh, so
Draw me
we're
a map.
Oh, we're probably, let me see.
Thanks for the visual.
I think we're like 8 hours from Mexico City. So we're right in between Zacatecas and Guadalajara. We're right in the middle. So a lot of famous people are from Guadalajara, like Canelo, Alvarez.
Canelo?
Peso
Boxer.
Pluma, if you know. Peso Pluma.
Pluma.
He's from there too.
No.
Yeah, so.
But I've been to
The food is amazing, I heard. I've never been.
Guadalajara. Is how
There you
I
go. There you go.
Pardon me, but been there.
I heard that place is really good, like the food.
Is it?
Yeah.
Good food?
Haven't been
Good
there.
food.
Haven't been there.
I went when I was pretty young. But yeah, been there.
There you
So
go.
close to there, in between there.
Oh yeah, we're neighbors.
So
fly into there.
I fly to my town,
Okay.
and then Guadalajara has its own airport.
It's
so-
not coastal, though.
Oh no.
No.
It's dry,
Yeah, very inland.
hot.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Dry and hot.
yes.
Great.
My family still owns a property there, so
Okay.
that's where I typically go. And
And how often do you go back?
we like to go once a year. My dad when he passed away, we took him back home. We buried him in Mexico, and now I get to go visit him once a year. And of course, his mom's there, so
Yeah.
I love going back.
Do you say that Mexico is home then?
It is.
Okay.
It
Okay.
is. I enjoy it. I wish I would have gone a lot more when I was younger. But you're a teen and you're like, ew, no, I don't want to go.
Yeah.
Because, you get a different perspective of life of, after 2, you don't get water. You have to do everything, wash clothes, So back in the day, my dad was like, you're going to go to Mexico. No, I'm not. I don't want to go there. There's not even water. And now I regret it.
Yeah.
It's one of those things, but I love Mexico's home to me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You've now progressed past high school here in Rogers.
Mhm.
And you started into the banking industry, right? That
Yes.
was your first job
Yes.
out of high
Well,
school?
actually, I worked at a nursing home
Oh.
for a couple months before I started my banking career. So it was a great experience. I worked for I was also in a school for children in needs. Great experience as well. My whole family has worked for that school. Amazing. But they weren't getting me enough hours. And I was like, I need to survive. Here I am fresh out of high school. I need a job. And that's when I started looking around and, I knew I needed a career and I wanted to make a career of something. And I looked for a couple banks and narrowed it down, got an interview, and I've been in banking since then. So I was 18.
Wow.
Fresh out of high school too.
Yeah.
I think I was working there for about 6 months. And they asked me if I wanted to work full time. And that's when I became a full-time teller. And it was Springdale where I used to work. My commute was an hour every morning, though. I know.
Oh my
Really?
gosh.
I used to live in Centerton, and there was no like the big roads now. It used to be like the little streets.
Oh, yeah.
I used to remember trying to make a left on Greenhouse. I think that's what it's called.
Yeah.
It was a nightmare because there was no lights. So you had to wait for somebody to stop and let you, cut. So that was really hard because I was like an hour going and an hour coming back. But that's where I started for my full time. And then my supervisor actually took me to another bank and gave me a big opportunity as well. So it was nice. That's when I knew I needed to be, I was more committed and invested, and I knew that was my career.
Really?
Yeah.
What was this opportunity?
So I actually I was running a branch. I was doing some training. I was opening accounts, getting out there in the community and visiting like grocery stores and trying to get them to, open up accounts.
Yeah.
And so I did that for a little while until then my father passed away. And I had the opportunity that I've been wanting, which is to get into lending. And I started doing bank closer. I was a bank closer. Then did that for a couple months. Then I got a promotion and I became a loan assistant. I did some loan processing. And then I did a lending too.
You've done it all then.
I did basically everything in a bank.
That's great. That's great.
I got all the experience, which I've been blessed. I came across some really good people. And of course, I'm committed. I like to be committed. And that's kind of where I put a stop in my, career. My son was born.
Yeah.
So I did 1 year of lending before.
You are recently hired at Generations Bank.
Yes.
And tell us kind of what you do.
So I am the MMCT Loan Officer. It's a new role.
Yeah.
I'm very excited. I wasn't looking to getting back into banking just yet, but I knew this was a great opportunity. It's doing something that I love. I love my community. So I knew this program was going to get back to my community more than anything. And it was exciting. And I knew it was, God sent me this opportunity.
Yeah.
I told my husband, this was God, because I was not looking.
Yeah.
So it just kind of came and it was perfect. And just helping people get into a home. That's like the American dream. I know my family moving from Mexico. The first thing they wanted to do was own a property.
Mm-hmm.
They wanted something to call home. And they were tired of renting. I actually lived in my aunt's garage when we first moved here until my dad was able to purchase a home. So I know, that kind of hits me because I know we went through it. I saw my dad. He wanted to be a homeowner so bad, and that was his dream. So this kind of brings me back of, hey, we're going to help young, generations and older generations that probably never had the opportunity. Now they can get into a home. I get very happy with it.
Yeah.
I get really happy because I think it's so good. It's such a good thing for our community.
Going back to your role here,
Mm-hmm.
Max and I have joked about acronyms, but MMCT, tell us a little bit about what that is and how that factors into this program.
So that is it's like minority census tract. So I think the tract has to be over 50% of minority people, just different races. So I think we have 21 or 22 tracts that with this loan you have to buy in those tracts. That's kind of the only restriction, I guess you can say. But I mean, you have parts of Rogers that qualify, Low, Springdale. So it's pretty diverse. I mean, you can really buy, I think, in a lot of places. And I mean, it's just helping those communities just be able to become homeowners,
How have you been able to, communicate this program to, potential home buyers that are in those census tract areas?
They're not concerned where they're going to buy. They're concerned of what they can afford. People are like, just give me the payment. How much do I qualify? And I'll tell you if I can afford it or what they're used to, because I have a actual customer right now. He's been renting for 18 years, practically paid somebody's mortgage off. And he's like, I want the same payment. He can go, he can buy as much as he wants, really. But he wants the same payment, which is, it's okay. You have to get into a loan and a payment that you feel comfortable with at the end of the day. So people are not concerned about the areas or anything. They just want to know their payment. And as soon as you tell them the interest rate, they're like, that's great. So I know people are excited. At least, the ones that I'm currently working with. Have a couple of realtors that are excited as well. But yeah.
As you think about those communities, and not just from a home buying perspective, but just an overall, thought or perspective there, what do you see as being so exciting about a program like this or a product like this? Putting more cash in people's pockets, or what's so exciting about this?
So honestly, the equity that we're helping them build for their future. If you look at younger generations, my brother, he wants to buy a house. He looked at the interest rates, like, I can't afford a payment. So, looking back generations, hey, I'm going to start building my equity for my kids, future. Whether you have a kid now or don't, that's something you want in the future, if that's something you want. Knowing you're starting a home and you're going to have your equity continue to grow with you versus, not having nothing, because you can't get into a home. You can't get in just anything. So I think what's exciting for me is building people's equity.
All right. Well, Luke, I know you've got some trivia here.
Well, we asked Natali if she wanted to do trivia, and she said, well, I love Family Feud. And so what I've got for you two, don't look at the answers, Max. I've surveyed some popular questions. Actually, they're not questions, but...
Can you get into Steve Harvey mode for us while you're doing this?
I don't know. I shaved my mustache, so...
Okay.
But I'm going to give you... we surveyed 100 people, okay? I went out and surveyed 100 people, and I asked them, okay, here's what we'll do.
Some great preparation for this podcast.
Whoever answers first will get to keep going until they get it wrong, and then we'll just bounce back and forth. How about that?
Okay.
But you have to buzz in. So pick up your buzzers.
With?
Just go. Just say it. Just say it. Okay. Just buzz in. Okay. We surveyed 100 people. And we asked them.
Who's we?
Me and my team. My team. To name something that might be brewing.
Coffee?
Coffee was the number one answer. 37 votes for coffee. Okay, Natali, the board is yours. That's a Jeopardy thing. But what else might be brewing? So right now I'll give you 37 points for that answer. Something that might be brewing.
Tea.
Third answer on the board.
There you
17
go.
votes. 17 votes. I think it's impossible for you to come
It's
back
now-
now. She has 54 votes.
I've now lost.
Okay. Anything else that might be brewing? There are four other answers on the imaginary board.
A scandal.
A scandal. Wow. Not that I'm aware of. No answers for a scandal. Close. Something maybe similar. Max, the board is yours.
That's great.
Something that might be
The
brewing.
limited board.
Go ahead.
News.
I'll give you. No. No. There's another beverage that you might brew. Since you already
Beer.
lost. Beer.
Oh, yes.
Beer. The final three answers, we're kind of around it. Trouble might be brewing. Or maybe like last night's weather.
The weather.
A storm might be brewing.
A storm of brewing.
Or a plot. That was, scandal plot.
Yeah.
Same thing.
I think I got that point.
Yeah,
That's
we'll
you-
give you.
I
That was
think I
3
got
votes.
it.
You won.
So you won with 60.
You won.
You got beer. Way to
60.
go, Max.
Yeah.
There you go.
Figures.
There you go.
Okay. So Natalie ends up winning.
How many points?
60.
There you go.
Yeah.
I'll take that.
Tell Luca. Mom.
I worked
Mom
very
won
hard
today. I won 60 points and earned a lot of food at
Yes.
work.
Yeah, we can. We'll go get one of the piggy banks, and you can bring that
Oh,
home
there you go.
as your winnings today. So.
I'll take it.
Well, Natalie, thanks so much for hopping on with us and explaining not only who you are, but also the new and exciting product that you get to offer and spearhead here at Generations Bank. And so we're excited to see how this continues and how this continues to evolve, and hopefully it will have a really huge impact in the communities that it serves.
Yeah, I really hope so.
So thanks so much.
Well, thank you.